What is up, guys? Randomonium here with another random normal game. This is a series where I will fill whatever role my team needs me to play. I'll play a different champion each and every game. So for this game, my team wanted me to be a jungler, and for a while I played a lot of champions that I wasn't very comfortable with this series, but as we're approaching the beginning of Season 6, I wanted to start playing champions that I feel a little bit more comfortable with. For this game, I decided to play one of my mains, which is Malphite in the jungle. He's definitely one of my best champions, just so I could kind of show him off a little bit and kind of hopefully have a little bit more educational value with this video rather than just entertainment value. But yeah, so for our team, we've got Jace is going to be in top lane. He actually was going to be mid, but the Nasus did not want to go up against the Teemo in top lane, so Nasus asked for a lane shift, and the Jace agreed. I'll be playing Malphite in the jungle. We'll have Nasus in mid lane, Jinx as AD carry, and Nami as support. And we're going up against the Teemo in top lane, Rengar in the jungle, Victor mid lane, Misfortune AD carry, and a Tahm Kench support. This is actually like a really smart call, the Jace and the Nasus switching. Anytime you get counterpicked or you're in a matchup that you really don't like, don't be afraid to ask your teammates if they want to do a lane swap, either mid for top, or you can even swap your ADC and your support into top lane if you feel like you can handle a 2v1. It really will throw people on tilt if you do that. Like, the opposing team will get so angry at you if you do that, because they're not going to be expecting it. They thought they were going to get this counter matchup, and then you surprise them with a lane swap. It's actually quite funny to watch, and it's a really great way to put people on tilt and hopefully get you a pretty easy win. So breaking down the lane matchups, this Jace versus Teemo, that's definitely a better matchup than it would be for Nasus versus Teemo. I think that Jace should be able to handle himself pretty well against the Teemo. He's got longer range than Teemo. He's mainly reliant upon abilities rather than auto attacks, so he's not going to be as affected by Teemo's blind. So I think that matchup will favor the Jace. In the mid lane, Nasus versus Victor, that's really just going to be a farm lane. The Nasus is just going to get early magic resist, and he's just going to farm. And the Victor's really not going to be able to punish him that badly as long as the Nasus doesn't make like a huge mistake. So I can see that definitely just being a farm lane, with the Victor just constantly pushing the lane into tower, and the Nasus just clearing the wave in the tower. From bot lane, Jinx Nami versus Misfortune Tahm Kench. So the Jinx Nami lane, that's all dependent upon their CC, right? Nami wants to land her bubble, or Jinx wants to land her chompers or her zap, so they can lock down a target and then punish them. And the Tahm Kench pretty much negates that ability, right? If you lock down the Misfortune, the Tahm Kench is just going to swallow her up and run away with her. So I think that the Jinx and the Nami are definitely at a disadvantage, because Misfortune is definitely a stronger AD carry, in my opinion, than the Jinx. And the ways that Jinx can punish the Misfortune, or that the Nami can punish the Misfortune, the Tahm Kench is very good at countering. So I think that bot lane is actually going to have a lot of difficulty. I'll probably need to devote a little bit of attention to them. I'm also going to be looking to gank mid lane, because Victor is such a mobile mage and he's going to be pushed up pretty much the entire game because he has a superior wave clear to Nasus. So that's going to be a pretty easy gank for me if the Victor does not ward up often and does not buy like pink wards. So you can see Rengar's ganking top lane. Looks like the Jace is going to be able to escape. Yep, good job by the Jace escaping. So that gives us some pretty good information. We know that Rengar is on top side, and he actually backs right on top of a ward. So I know that any gank that I execute is going to not have any jungler support for about 30 seconds or so. So you can see I'm moving down, and the Victor is really far pushed up, so I'm going to try and execute a gank in mid lane because I know that the Rengar isn't going to pop up anytime soon. So good wither by Nasus. I come in, I can land my slow, I skirt around the gravitational field so I don't get caught in the stun. Even though the Victor flashes, I'm able to counter flash and get the first blood. So that's exactly what you want to do with the gank. I knew exactly where the jungler was. I avoided the CC, able to get an easy first blood. The only way that could have been better is if I could have given that first blood to the Nasus, because the Nasus is he would benefit much more from that kill than I would, but he was not in the position to get the kill, so I secured the kill. You can see that after I get a successful gank, after I get that first blood, I just go back right to farming my jungle again. Because one of the common things you see in with like inexperienced junglers is they fall behind in levels and experience, and you know, they'll get like 2 or 3 levels down, and then they won't understand why their ganks are going so poorly. So I farmed up the jungle, and now I'm coming up to gank the Teemo. I instantaneously get the flash on him, so we burn that flash, and that's really important. Even though we didn't get the kill up in top lane, burning that flash is definitely a win for us, because now that means that I can just come back and I can gank again within 5 minutes, and I know that that Teemo won't have the flash. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to farm this side of the jungle, and then I'm going to come back for a gank to top lane, so that way I can try and punish that Teemo for burning his flash preemptively. It looks like the Rengar is covering for the Teemo. I'm not sure if he just decided to back. But you can see that the Rengar is trying to he's doing some significant damage to the Jace. I'm going to come in, assist the Jace. The Rengar blows his flash trying to escape, but we're still able to pick up the kill, and this time I'm actually able to give the kill to the Jace. So that's really great. And actually, the Rengar had blue buffs, so now Jace has blue buff, which is awesome for him because he's just so mana hungry. So yeah, now that I've got the, both a kill and an assist, got a lot of gold I need to spend, so I'm going to come back and start working towards my Cinder Hulk, and I also want to get my first boots because Malphite has one of the slowest movement speeds in the game. So it's really vital to pick up early boots on him, so that way that you can gank as many lanes as possible and have a lot more map presence. So I've assisted mid, I've assisted top, but it's really bot lane that's going to be struggling the most, so I want to try and give some love to bot lane. So I'm going to be moving down to try and assist them, possibly get a kill for bot lane. Yeah, and unfortunately the Jinx dies while I'm rotating down to assist them. So yeah, I'm just going to hang out around this bot wave, and if the Misfortune tries to dive the Nami or something crazy like that, I'll be able to respond in enough time to actually assist her. So at this point I'm actually hoping that the Misfortune dives the Nami, because then I can just ult over this wall and it'll be a really easy kill. Unfortunately, Misfortune is not doing that. So I'm going to come up here. I know that I want to gank bot lane, so I'm going to clear out this Scuttle Crab, so that way I can spot any possible rotation from Rengar that might, be a counter gank, because Rengar is very good at counter ganking. That way I can, make sure that my gank actually turns out favorably rather than winding up being a net loss for our team. You can see actually how difficult it is for Malphite to clear Scuttle Crab. He's really not very good at clearing it unless he's got the Krug buff, which allows him to get the stun, which reduces the Scuttle Crab resistances. Alright, so I know where Rengar is. They're rotating up towards mid lane. Good job by the Nasus spotting them out. I'm going to get blue buff, and then I'm going to start looking for another possible gank. So I smite blue buff because I see that Nasus is being under attack from the Rengar, and I want to rotate there as fast as possible. But it's very hard to gank a Nasus. He's not gonna. It's not gonna be very easy to kill him. So the Jinx and the Nami, they're pinging to go for Dragon. This is a really kind of risky play. The Misfortune shows herself, but unfortunately we're not able to react fast enough. And this is just really bad. The Jinx and the Nami just stood in Misfortune's ult the entire time it was going off. And that entire time Misfortune wasn't taking any damage. So the way that Jinx and Nami could have prevented that is all they had to do was just step, a little bit further out so they weren't going to be hit by the ultimate, and then we could have focused the Tahm Kench, gotten a kill, they wouldn't have been able to do anything in reply. So a definite misplay results in us giving up 3 kills. I was able to secure the kill on the Tahm Kench, but that definitely was not a worthwhile trade. So we saw that Victor rotated up to top lane, so Nasus rotated back up to top lane to kind of deal with that matchup, because that's his preferred matchup. And he's going to start getting his split push on, and that's exactly what we want. We just want Nasus to farm up as much as possible while we exert some pressure in mid lane. I actually disagree with the Jinx being in mid lane right now. You're probably not going to be able to get that tower, and meanwhile, your bot lane is really struggling. You see that Nami's almost dead. Yeah, and she winds up dying. I'm rotating to assist as best I can. Probably will be able to get the kill. Yep, able to get the kill on the Misfortune. But I'm gonna struggle. Like, I can't exert any pressure on the Misfortune. This is me just trying to save the tower. I'm not gonna be able to get the kill on her without some assistance from Jinx. Alright, so thankfully Jinx is rotating down. Might be able to get a little bit of pressure on the Misfortune. So I ult in, land my combo. Fortunately, Jinx misses her chompers, but she does land her zap. And I'm able to just tank the tower and still do fine. Rengar shows up, able to secure the kill. So he flashes onto me. So I'm just going to kite back. I know that the Nami has enough damage that she should be able to get the kill. And there's no point in me just trying to pointlessly auto-attack him and just let myself die when I can kite backwards and give the kill to the support instead. You know, me getting an assist is better than giving the Rengar a kill. So, right now we're in a decent position. We've got less kills than the opposing team, but we actually have a lot more gold. Mainly because the Nasus has a pretty superior farm lead, and we also have a lot more assists than the other team. So we didn't have like solo kills. So that kind of shows you that, you know, getting an assist for your team is really important. Like, if you rack up a bunch of kills with assists, that's way better than getting a bunch of solo kills. So you can see for my team, the Nasus is level 10 and the Jace is level 9. I just hit level 9, so I'm a little bit behind the solo laners, but I am ahead in experience for the bot lane, which is exactly what you would want to see for a jungler. It's kind of a premature ult from the Misfortune. Unfortunately, I don't keep track of my stacks, so I'm able to get devoured by the Tahm Kench. And then this was just a misplay by the Jinx. She needed to drop her Trinket Ward right there and not just walk into the bush, because that allowed the Misfortune to get off the first shot, which allowed the Misfortune to pick up that double kill. If Jinx had warded that brush, she might have been able to kite a little bit since she had the superior range with her rockets, and possibly pick up that kill on the Misfortune. Alright, so I've finished Cinderhulk, and I'm moving into Frozen Heart. I feel like Frozen Heart is a fantastic item to rush on Malphite, because Malphite, not only does he scale with armor really well, and he uses up a lot of mana, especially his Q is really high mana cost, so that extra mana helps him. But the most important thing is the cooldown reduction. Malphite's ultimate can single-handedly change a game. If you land like a 2 or a 3-man ultimate, you'll pretty much guarantee to win the team fight. So I want to have that ultimate off cooldown as often as possible, and picking up that early cooldown reduction is how I'm going to do that. Missed chompers by the Jinx, but I'm able to land my ultimate on the Misfortune, and we're able to secure that kill. I definitely think that exhaust didn't need to be used on the Tam Kench, but whatever. I mean, we picked up a double kill, so I definitely think it was worth. So this pressure is going to allow us to get bot tower, and because the Nasus is pushing hard in top lane, we're pretty much making it so that the opposing team has to decide whether they want to give up bot lane tower or top tower. So I'm sitting right here in this bush because I know it's pinked. I'm hoping that this Victor will get very aggressive, so that way I can come in and possibly gank him. Because we should be able to take him in a 3v1, even though the Jinx is kind of low health. Unfortunately, he doesn't fall for it and he backs off. So you can see that my kind of mentality for playing Malphite is I'm very opportunistic with him. I constantly keep my eyes on the minimap, and I'm looking for what lanes are pushed up and where the ward coverage is, and then I'm rotating as appropriate to basically relieve pressure, because usually in lower levels of play people would just mindlessly push the wave. So it's pretty easy to tell if your team is winning or not, the lane, based on whether or not they're pushed into their tower. Because usually if you're pushed into your tower, then that means the enemy team is kind of bullying you around a little bit. So that's how I can, you know, relieve some pressure. You can see Tamkin tried to ultimate there, and I did some damage to him, and that allowed me to stop his ultimate. He swallows me, but I'm not too concerned about it. But yeah, pretty easy kill for us. So we're kind of setting up for Dragon. Rengar actually ultimates there, but we just stay by the low health Jace, and we're able to dissuade him from coming forward. Yep, Teemo baits us. I spend my ultimate on him, and we walk right into that gravitational field and give Victor a double kill. So yeah, that was definitely a huge mistake on our part to try and solo out that Teemo when we didn't really have any ward coverage around this entire area. Looks like the Misfortune's going to try and execute, but looks like Nasus still gets the kill. This is a mistake right here. There's no reason for both the Nasus and the Jinx to be farming this wave when we've got 3 people mid lane pushing down our mid tower and only our support to assist. So Nasus is rotating up. That's definitely a smart call. Just a little bit too late. It would have been a lot better if he was a little bit faster. But he shows up, able to deal a ton of damage. Yep, there we go. Easy kill onto the Teemo. And it looks like the Jinx died to the Rengar again, unfortunately. So I've completed my Frozen Heart, which, as I was saying earlier, is just completely vital for the Malphite, so that 20% cooldown reduction. Very good gravitational field by the Victor just a little bit ago, but we're able to pick up the kill on him. This is horrible idea by the Misfortune to face check that brush. But yeah, Tam Kench goes way too deep. My ultimate finally comes off the cooldown, allows us to pick up the kill onto the Tam Kench and to really burst out the Misfortune. So that's going to allow us to really drop some towers, right? We got mid tower that's low. We should be able to pick up Dragon, and we might be able to pick up another tower as well. But at the very least, we'll be able to pick up that mid tower. So you can see that we didn't have everybody rotate to mid tower, and that's because we didn't need 3 people to take mid. We could take mid, and we could also take Dragon, which is exactly what we did. So when you get like a double kill or a triple kill, you want to look to get as many objectives as you can, and you don't want to overcommit to a single objective. So I know that I'm caught out of position. I really wish that the Jinx would rotate up, but she's too busy CSing right now. Thankfully, we're able to pick up the kill. Victor ultimates me, so yeah, I'm pretty low health, so that allows him to put the kill on me. And then Jinx is still kind of out of position. I guess she wasn't paying attention to that Tam Kench ultimate. She winds up dying as well. That was definitely an unnecessary death. And if she had rotated up sooner, I probably would have been able to escape as well. She just kind of didn't have map awareness. She kind of was too busy, too focused in on CS. So that's a common mistake that you see with a lot of AD carries who aren't very experienced, is that they won't look at the mini-map between CS. So anytime you're CSing, don't just focus in on just solely on the CS. You want to be looking between, looking at the mini-map in between CS, so that way you can spot ganks and spot times where your team is going to need your help. So we're looking at the enemy team. They've got their Victor is pretty fed. He's 5 and 2, so I definitely got to start building some magic resist as well. Tam Kench winds up being able to pick up the kill on the Jinx. Unfortunately, and I definitely made a misplay there by getting caught in that gravitational field. I probably would have been able to kill the Tam Kench had that not happened. Ass is doing a really good job on bot side. He's now gotten 2 towers, continuing his split push. Yeah, he's going kind of ham. He might be going a little bit too deep. Yep, winds up getting shut down. So that would have been a great play for the Nasus if he had just warded up this blue side jungle. Anytime you're split pushing like that, you want to be looking to ward up the jungle. So I engage on the Tam Kench. He winds up devouring me. I have to flash the wall, but as soon as Nami comes in, gets that ultimate, and Jace gets a bunch of damage down, I'm able to ult back in and pick up a bunch of kills for the team. So that's kind of showcasing the importance of engaging versus disengaging. So yeah, I flashed defense there, and then I rotated back in for the re-engage, and that can be a very useful tactic. I don't really know why the team is chasing that Teemo. Yeah, the Jinx, got the kill with the rocket, but really the most important thing is going for towers, right? Because our team chased the Teemo, now we have to wait for another wave before we can kill off this tower. So that's like an extra 5 or 10 seconds we wasted trying to get this tower. But Jinx is getting some good damage in on this inhib finally. Yep, smart call backing off there. And good job by the Nami to get the Tam Kench caught in the bubble. So yeah, good job by the team backing off there. No reason to try and take that inhib turret. It's going to fall eventually. There's no reason to give up a bunch of kills to try and get that objective. Whenever you're playing a game, you don't want to give the enemy gold to get objectives. You want to get objectives for free. You want to get as many objectives as you can for free. So yeah, that's a common mistake that you see people make. They'll wind up dying, and they'll get a tower. Maybe they'll get the tower down to half health, and they'll say worth. A lot of times they do it jokingly, but it's never worth, because now the enemy team can counter push and possibly pick a tower of their own or another objective. Jace is going really aggressive, but as soon as he procs that Thunderlord's Decree, I realize that I have enough damage that I can kill the Victor. So I ult in, able to pick up the kill. And this Tam Kench, there's no way he's going to escape between my slow and the Nasus slow. Yep, my misfortune shows up late to the party and is out of position again. Winds up getting caught with the Nami ult anyway. Burns everything she has, burns her flash, burns her heal, still winds up dying. Yeah, definitely a mistake. So you see Ping's teaming My team is pinging for Baron. That is not the right call. The right call is to go for Inhib. Inhibs are always more important than Barons. The only time that you can go for Baron instead of the Inhib is if you didn't have the minion wave. Like if our minion wave was pushed up to our tower, it would be better to go for the Baron instead. Because after we get the Inhib, we can always back off and possibly force a Baron fight or a Dragon fight. Thornass is going ham, winds up getting a double kill. But there's no reason to stick around here any longer. We've gotten the objective, we've gotten the Inhib. We're not going to get a Nexus turret because obviously the Misfortune and the team are going to have sufficient wave clear. So this is just wasting time at this point. There's no reason to be here. We need somebody to go to top lane to clear out this wave. We can also pick up Dragon, and then we can also pick up this bottom tower. So you can see our team's rotating to Dragon. Jace should rotate to top lane, and then once we're done with Dragon, we can rotate to bot lane. So yeah, easy Dragon. Jace is going to pick up all this farm at top lane, and then we're going to rotate down. We're going to take this bottom tower. And you can see also that we're kind of staggering our recalls. I don't know why the Jinx is just farming up my jungle. She should be recalling so that we can push another objective soon. She might have been like within a couple gold of an item, and she just needed to farm up a jungle camper too. But if that was the case, she should have just come down to bot lane with us and just cleared out that wave. Alright, so I got Merc Treads just because they do have a lot of CC between the Tam Kench and the Teemo and the Rengar Bola and the Victor Stun. Lots of CC on the team, so I pick up Merc Treads. I also pick up Abyssal just because the Teemo and the Victor, I've already got tons of armor to kind of deal with the Rengar and the Misfortune. So you see we're starting to posture around Baron, and enemy team's a little bit caught out, so I'm going to flash the wall here, and then I ult in, able to get a double kill pretty easily, and now I'm going to try and focus on this Victor. So able to pick up a third kill, and now it's just kind of a race to see if we can get the ace. Rengar's running for his life, and unfortunately he gets away for now. But we've got the wave pushing towards us, and we should be able to get the inhib, and we should be able to actually close out this game. That flash from Nami was actually unnecessary, but that's alright. The game's pretty much over. Yep, there's a surrender vote, and that's pretty much the end of the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope I could show off Malphite and why he can be a really strong jungle pick. His jungle clear is pretty decent. He is rather slow, so you definitely have to pick up boots early on him. But his ultimate is absolutely game-changing, and he's got multiple slows that he can have with his Q and the Chilling Smite. And he's really fantastic being picked into AD teams because his W slows the attack speed. So if you ult onto the enemy AD carry and then you use your E on them, that reduces their attack speed by a ton, and then on top of that, you usually build Frozen Heart on Malphite, which also reduces attack speed as well. So he really can counter AD carries and completely shut them down. And then on top of that, he's just really great against most AD champions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you like the content on the channel, please subscribe. I hope you guys have a great day. This is Randomonium signing off.